what a stage at Seddon Park in Hamilton, one of the most beautiful cricket venues in New Zealand, if not the world. And we're here for Game 3, the decider between New Zealand and Australia in the Chappell Hadley series. Who will take it home tonight? Steve Smith winning the toss for Australia, asking New Zealand to bat. Two key changes for them. Gone Trent Boult, so in comes Doug Bracewell. Gone Mitchell Santner, so in comes Ish Sodhi. So a little bit of local knowledge replacing local knowledge there. For Australia, will have kept the same side that won so well in the capital, that they really are due some runs from numbers 3, 4 and 5, Smith, Bailey and Maxwell. So look out for them later in the evening. New Zealand to bat first, then let's get across to the commentary box. Waiting for us there, Craig Cumming, Ken Rutherford and Mark Richardson.
Nice respect for what has been a fabulous career by a player now you have to respect as having achieved so much. There's very little things he hasn't achieved for New Zealand. Brendan McCullum. Josh Hazlewood will open the bowling, and the likes of himself and John Hastings, I think, could enjoy some success on this pitch in terms of their economy rates. They will not be easy to get away.
8, 7.
Here we go. Oh, a little inside. He's just reaching for that one, and a little bit of swing. This is a swing bowling venue. Joined today by Ken Rutherford and Craig Cumming. And I'll start with you, Craig, because you know the New Zealand captain very, very well. And you sense a lot of emotion there today.
Yeah, I did, and he's got an amazing record here. Brendan McCullum. He's got 106s in Test match cricket. He's on 197 now in ODIs. He could be the first player to do the double, so to speak. But, you know, I just sensed in the toss that he sort of blew the cheeks out, and wow, it's the last one. Realisation that it could, well, it is finishing in one-day cricket after today. And you don't get that a lot from Brendan. He's normally pretty cool and calm. Obviously, a guard of honour will probably make it, heighten those emotions.
Yeah, I was just going to say it, actually. The great gesture by the Aussies to give McCullum the guard of honour. It's probably just got him even more on edge. A sense of expectation. Clever move by Steve Smith.
Yeah, I don't know if this would help you. Of course, it was something that wouldn't have happened to me. So I can only theorise. Underway now. I can only theorise, but it's got to be difficult to, because when you go out there to bat, you want to be in your ideal state for performing, and you work towards that in your build-up to your innings, and something like that happens, especially for a reluctant type person for things like that, which Brendan McCullum is. It's got to affect you emotionally.
I think the arousal levels are reasonably high when Brendan walks out to bat anyway, when it comes to energy and aggression.
Well, it's going to have, if it is going to have an effect, it's not necessarily going to pump you up, is it? It could drain the emotion.
The first thing of note is the swing. Haven't seen a lot of swing in this whole series, the whole summer.
First ball to McCullum, an important one.
Right on.
This pitch looks like in this first over that it's actually got a little bit more pace than many might have expected.
Yeah, I'll reserve judgment on that, actually, Mark. I've often think at Seddon Park, you turn up here and it looks an absolute belter with pace and bounce, and after the hardness and new ball leaves, it turns into one a bit more of moderate pace. Let's wait and see, but certainly there is swing for Hazlewood.
Oh, just shuffling around. He looks edgy, McCullum.
Yeah, I think we may see a charge in a minute just to get rid of that edginess. Hazlewood trying to go on that leg stump. That one didn't swing. But I'm with you, Ken. I think sometimes you turn up, it looks like a belter. And this is why Carey saw it will never be quick and it will never be high bounce, but it can slow up.
It looks to me like McCullum's told himself in the first few deliveries to rein the horns just a little bit, but I don't know. He's just standing there, isn't he? He needs to do something to get moving. What's it going to be? Third ball. One from the first over.
And Hastings was very impressive at Eden Park. He was impressive in Wellington, but also with the bat, along with Mitchell Marsh. I called him the silent hero. That he was just there working. I think he helped Mitchell Marsh get through and win that game. So very, very valuable player for Australia.
He looks the type of guy who could turn up at the Temuka Domain on a Sunday, Craig, or the Ballarat Oval, play against a few of his pub mates, doesn't he? But, gee, don't underestimate this fella. He's very useful. Get that ball darting around off stump, just short of a length, mid-130s. It's been a real handful for New Zealand so far this series.
Some in swing, it's met straight back over his head. McCallum underway.
That settles things for New Zealand and for McCallum. First thing to note here is quite a bit of in-swing here. That's come from quite a long way outside off stump and swung into around middle, but McCallum stayed there. Solid in technique. Swung straight through the line and right off the middle of the bat. Good start.
Yeah, change of technique from Hastings, trying to bowl the in-swinger. Cramp Bren McCallum go through the gate.
There's the heave-ho, and this should run away for 4. Yes, it does.
Applause from Matthew Wade to the bowler. The first boundary of this over was technically pretty darn good. This one, a bit more agricultural.
This is what you would see at the Temuka Oval, Ken. Cow corner. He's just got such a big bat, fast hands.
One thing Steve Smith has done is put a lot of thinking into his field placings for the New Zealanders. And to Brendan McCullum now, he has that mid-wicket very deep and pretty straight for a mid-wicket as well. Mid-on as well. The cover field is pretty traditional. So, man, catching at a shortish cover, but just holding back a little bit allows mid-off and cover point to sit quite deep.
Wait on.
Can't get it through.
The other thing to note about that offside field, Mark, is that the backward point and the man just in front of point there, they're quite close together. It was very noticeable when Hazelwood bowled his first over to McCullum. Those two guys in the middle left on the inner ring, quite close together really. You see one just behind point, the other one just on the H of Hamilton. Normally you'd see that one a little bit straighter, perhaps more to orthodox cover. Indicative of the strength, and McCullum threw square of the wicket.
Oh, the field's changed now already, so third man has come up and mid-on drops to long on, so expect this one full and aim towards the stumps, which it is. Driven, good drive. They go for 4 here. They really do in the early overs. It's a top over for McCullum and New Zealand, 14 without loss.
Also at the toss mark, I heard Steve Smith talking to Brendan McCullum before we come on air, and Brendan said, you know, you like the ground? He said, yeah. What do you think of the pitch? He said, I've got no idea. No idea. And Brendan said, neither do I. Really, I'm terrible at reading them. And he said, so am I.
It's always pretty even, pretty flat here. Especially the Waikari surface. Pretty consistent in the way that it plays. The only question mark you ever have is how much pace there will be. Because they can look like they're rock hard and going to fly, and in the end they can be very, very placid.
Yeah, they do look 300 plus wickets, don't they, on starting? I actually look back at a few of the recent historical games here at Seddon Park for the last 5 or so years, and I reckon around 280's the average, batting first.
Yeah, it's a high 200s ground, this one, unless someone special gets going and plays that special innings where they just find the middle of the bat and get a massive total. Matthew Hayden, 180 here. But I think it takes to, all things being equal, if a number of players play well, you end up with 280, 290. Setting a total is not what New Zealand likes to do. They like to chase. They've got a good record chasing, and when you've got a middle order that's a little bit starved of runs, chasing often suits them because how they have to play is mapped out in front of them.
Yeah, but you also got to look, Mark, they won their only game of the series, or the first game of the series, by batting first. If you get a good total, puts pressure on the opposition.
Oh, rather clothed it, but this could go for 4, and it does, because third man is very wide.
He just looked to give himself room here, McCullum. Got somewhat cramped by this delivery from Hazelwood, who's tended to go away from the right hand. If anything, this ball just jagged back a little bit off the seam, around about middle and off to middle and leg. And he's just managed to get enough of a thick outside edge on it over where a short third man would be, and it's just rattled away for 4, as you'll see plenty of today. This outfit is lightning.
Oh, thick outside edge. Third man is very, very wide as well.
And that is one of the areas you can get dismissed at Seddon Park. Caught at third man, especially if we do get enough pace and bounce in this pitch. Martin Guptill just slicing that.
Definitely try and get the in-swinger going, Hastings. See the seam of that delivery, angling down towards fine leg, the upright seam, suggesting the in-swing's the go.
He'll need to get it right because he's only got 3 fieldsmen on the onside. If the batsman can go with the swing.
Nice barrel!
I like what I'm seeing out of Brendan McCullum in the early stages because he's been a little bit more reactive. He will charge, he'll play the big shot when required to keep the bowler on their toes, but he's been a little bit more stand there, wait and see, and allow that natural talent of his to come to the fore.
It's one of the adages that he's developed over the years. Play what you see, play what's in front of you. Go on, hit it. Oh, well played.
You're lucky to stop that.
Oh.
Oh, back in your day, Ken, picking it up. Would have been dodgy. Dead ball, hit his hand, looked like it hit his thigh. Oh, it just dropped straight out.
Yeah, he's not in the in the motion of delivering that one, is he, for the batsman to have a fair go at it?
Would have worried Wayne Phillips and Greg Ritchie and co back in the 80s, I tell you. They would have been up.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's very good.
Great shot by Guptill. This will kickstart his innings. Typical shot by the Kiwi opener here, down the ground. Really was right on the slot. It's goodish length, just outside off stump. Offered the straight drive opportunity. He's not going to turn it down as Martin Guptill.
I was just trying to think of the right term before we start getting abuse through Twitter for calling it yellow. Was it? Someone help me out. Gold?
It's canary yellow, isn't it?
Canary yellow.
It's not gold.
Put it this way, you can see them in the field. They stand out nicely.
Yeah, a bit of impatience there, and he's going to get away with it. You need that as a batsman sometimes. You love that as a batsman.
He's got away with one here, Guptill. Hazelwood, quite rightly, shakes his head, just angled back in a little bit, maybe with the seam as much as anything else. And Guptill had made his mind up to have a bit of a swish anyway, got cramped up and got away with it.
Didn't deserve that, Hazelwood. He's been on song in his 2.4 overs so far. Oh, then an immaculate line and length, proving hard to get away. Bit of bad luck there. both these two players for New Zealand out there, McCullum in particular, he'll know that this pitch could slow up for the second half of this innings, and he will place a premium on run scoring over the next 10 overs.
Yeah, I think it's one of those grounds, Mark, that's always, once you get momentum, if you get a good partnership going, then you can score freely. What Australia have done well this series, they've been able to break those partnerships that New Zealand have had and stop the momentum, especially in Wellington.
Another big swing for no result. 34 without loss. So far, neither of these players have shown a willingness to maybe go towards the off stump and try to flick it into the onside using a straighter bat. There is an opportunity to do that because there is a lot of open spaces away on the onside.
You can see Derek Walker there at square leg, the umpire. Huge amount of territory there from fine leg through to mid wicket on the one.
Oh, this is tight, too tight. Guptill quick, had to run quick as he's had to follow through right down to the 30-yard circle.
Well, he had it, and then John Hastings is there, so maybe he picked the fielder. He had to come forward. Guptill was very fast, but he's close. Really didn't get his balance, made it easy. Probably shows two things. One, how quick Martin Guptill is, and it's a long way down for John Hastings. I'm sure his heart was in his mouth, though, halfway down the pitch.
Over mid-off. That is a beautiful strike from McCullum. Simple as you like. Good way to finish the over. 6 gone, 42 without loss.
198 sixes in one-day internationals for Brendan McCullum. It was a lovely shot. This time, just held his shape and was able to access the offside. Good balance, 90 metres.
Oh, he's missed out again. Once again, threw it far too soon.
Yes, that tennis ball bounce you spoke about a couple of overs ago, Mark. Clearly Steve Smith's given Hazlewood a bit of a licence to dig it short the occasional time. It's a couple now he's delivered to Guptill with similar results. Get the feeling though, if he tries the third time, it might go somewhere downtown Hamilton.
Well, missing out on the pull shot will really annoy Guptill because it effectively is a free hit. It's a fine leg who's quite square. But otherwise, you've got mid-on and a square mid-wicket or more of a square leg quite a long way in front. So there's no one really protecting a well-hit pull shot.
Timing's not quite there, is it? So he's looking to overhit it, perhaps. But just a slight indication early on in this match that the pitch might look to be an absolute road. Maybe it's just an indifference in terms of the pace.
Yeah, already shown one of the basics of bowling, isn't it? You've got to bowl into the wicket. If you bowl along this one, you'll get spanked. But if you can get up and hit a good length or just short of a good length, you'll be hard to get away. Length is going to be key today.
You look at the New Zealand bowling attack. No Trent Boult today, apparently sick, so he hasn't been dropped. Doug Bracewell comes into the mix, and he is more into the pitch bowler, more like a Hazlewood. Martin Guptill now 9th on the ICC ODI batting rankings. He showed he gets an opportunity because Satner's injured. He's got a sore foot. Big opportunity for Sodhi and Bracewell today.
That's the shot. If it's full, you can attack it and tack it with everything you've got and get everything you can get.
I'm just staggered. This has gone for 6. It looked just so easy. Oh, a straight batted pickup, wasn't it? Over mid-wicket. So it's nothing more than a chip, but he's got all of it. Just an example of the power of the man. Wasn't much to that shot at all. And all of a sudden the timing's back for Guptill.
Now he gets the pull shot. How well's he get it? 1 bounce for 4. 50 up between these two, 7 gone.
That's lovely timing. That's a genuine cricket shot. To talk you through it, we've got a change in commentary. Ian Smith, Alan Border and Nathan McCullum.
Thank you, Craig. Well, there's an air of determination about him. He's certainly, the way he plays from time to time, he needs a little bit of luck, but you just kind of sense, looking out the window, that he's risen for this occasion.
Most definitely. His balance of the crease is, to me, a lot better today. He hasn't done that charge down the track. He's just stood and hit the ball where it's bowled. He's got incredible power, so looks very steady there today.
Ideal opportunity, Nathan. You spoke to him this morning. Did you sense anything different about today?
No, you can probably imagine. Talking to Brendan, it was very much the same as, and he was just keen to go out and enjoy himself today and probably finish on a good note and go out with the same style of play that he has done. He looks in good shape here, and he's timing the ball well. So hopefully he'll carry on for his sake and finish well.
I don't know if he's got that enough. Yes, he has. It just creeps over. It was always going to be safe, but it was a question of would it get the distance? And there's another 6 to add to the milestone.
The commentator's curse. You just said I haven't seen the charge, and I knew that was about to come, but 199th 6. It's another trademark shot of Brendan's, and a lovely shot again.
Yes, maybe he's decided, I've seen enough. Now's the time to get the charge going, because that's the first one he's done.
Good piece of bowling. Actually, the good part about that previous shot was the fact that he actually followed Brendan McCullum. It was a good piece of bowling because he followed Brendan McCullum, and he followed him again there. Brendan looking to free up that offside where there's a little less cover. So 199 one-day international 6s. Most test 6s with Adam Gilchrist. 2 more test matches to try and knock him off his perch.
Interestingly enough, you'll see here Brendan's taken leg stumpers as guard, and basically what he's looking at doing here is he's gonna allow the ball, if there is any movement, it's going to allow him to free his arms a little bit more and look to hit back over the bowler's head, and also give him that width to go through cover and point as well.
62 for none. We're just in the 8th over. Rollicking start here for New Zealand. They wanted to bowl first. They'll enjoy the fact that they're batting now. Oh, that's beautiful batting now. It's just the 200. Man, it is. It's well and truly over. 200 one-day international 6s. Is there nothing you can't do? It's 68 for none.
One-day international 6.
Yeah, just as I said, he's given himself room. He's stepped across and played a beautiful flick of the wrist. 6 runs, 206.
This bloke would have been in the money a couple of years back, wouldn't he? In the outfield here. Watch this snare. I guarantee you that was taken one-handed.
One of the best catches you'll see. I reckon the standard of crowd fielding has improved over the last 2 or 3 years for those reasons. But I'll tell you what I'd do if I was that bloke. I'd turn and run. That ball's got to be worth a bit. Out the gate, gone, never seen again. 200 and 100. Brilliant stuff. And just by the by, a huge over, and he wants to strike. He's really hungry. Oh. It's all happening, and it just senses the balance of power as New Zealand's at the moment. Overthrows to boot.
Yeah, that's sloppy, isn't it? You're getting a bit of a pasting, so you want to make sure your fielding's top notch. No excuses, because Matthew Wade was well within his rights to have a crack at the stumps there, and can't quite pick up who's backing up there. I think it was Adam Zampa, just a little bit lazy at mid-on.
Yeah, just reacted, didn't he? There was no proactivity from him there, and understanding that there was going to be a shot at the stumps, and a good fielding side will make sure they're moving at all times. And Adam Zampa on that occasion was slightly slack.
Captain's nightmare, this.
I'm glad I'm not out there. There'd be a few teapots and a few magics being spoken. Yeah, it's just a bit sloppy all round.
Put yourself in Steve Smith's shoes just for a second. I mean, he's got a pretty young, experienced bowling attack here.
He has. I think what he needs to do now is take the pace off the ball just to see. I know there's fielding restrictions in for a little while yet, but bring Maxwell or young Zampa on just to try and change the pace of the game just a fraction, because at the moment, I mean, the game's getting away from him.
Probably slightly disappointed as well. There was a bit of swing earlier on and hasn't created any chances.
Fiercely hit for one. Problem is that, you know, in a lot of these tight partnerships, you look at one end and think, well, at least I've got McCullum off strike, but Guptill's just as dangerous at the moment. 31 from 26. And there might just be a bit of determination about his performance today after events in the last day or two.
It's almost like forgotten he was out there. McCullum's been going gangbusters, but that's a good return, isn't it? 31 off 26 balls faced.
Right on. Tough.
Yeah, Guptill's been hitting the ball beautifully for a long time now, and it probably goes unnoticed a lot of the time when Brendan McCullum's hitting the ball as he is. Often the guy at the other end can be hidden slightly, but beautiful partnership, 74 without loss off 8.4. They're rollicking along, and hopefully to set up a big total for New Zealand.
It's hit fiercely hard and in a gap too. That's the key. There was a man back.
He struggled with the shorter balls earlier on in the innings, but certainly found his range now. Martin Guptill banged in short, and that's just race to the boundary. There's a man in the deep, but absolutely no chance fetching that in. Just wonder what the reasons were. Martin Guptill didn't get an offer in that IPL. I can't quite understand it.
I don't get it. I haven't heard of a valid reason. They don't have to justify why they don't pick players, I suppose, so we might never know, but it's a tad baffling, it's got to be said. Lovely batting, really is a mixture of power and stealth. 9 overs gone, 79 for none. So 2 changes for New Zealand today in the bowling ranks. No Trent Boult and no Mitch Santner, which weakens the batting a little bit. Santner, fine player. But in come Ish Sodhi with his leg spin, and Doug Bracewell, who's very, very good bowler and gets very few opportunities in one-day cricket. Here's a bloke that stood up the other night. He's a genuine wicket taker, and he's on a bit of a roll, Mitchell Marsh.
He's had the answers the other day. Got a couple of wickets with his lively medium pace, and certainly finished off well with the batting. He's under the pump today.
Another fumble. It's pretty sloppy from Australia. It's a good outfield, this. And I don't think there's a heck of a genuine reason why that would happen.
No, it's a bowling green, the outfield.
Oh, it's gone high. Very, very high. Who's going to get it? No one! Oh, he is! Gee whiz, John Hastings in the end took an absolute screamer. But Maxwell and him nearly colluded to put it down. That was unbelievable, and it was, I think, Maxwell's catch. But here we go, Brendan McCullum, not quite a fabulous farewell 50, but he put on a show.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brendan McCullum.
He certainly did. And that is the end of a most brilliant innings. Short and sweet. We've got the Black Caps going in the right direction, and the end of an absolutely fantastic one-day international career. Well done, Brendan McCullum.
And the incoming batsman for New Zealand, Kane Williamson.
And wife Liz, who's been with him so far in this long journey, gets a chance, and he knew as soon as he hit it, he didn't get it right. But have a look at this glance here. Have a look at this. Glenn Maxwell, look. No, that's where I thought it was all going to go horribly wrong. And Maxwell, who's the better of the two fielders, didn't seem to want to have it.
Now, I think there was a lot of yaws being called out in the middle there, or no call at all. Great moment this. Brendan McCullum walking out to open the batting for the last time, and he was on fire straight away. Just hitting the ball out of the middle of the bat. Reached that magical figure of 200 one-day international sixes. And just a good moment, wasn't it, with the Australian boys lining up?
Yeah, it's like fate, wasn't it, really? The whole sort of first 40 minutes of the game. I mean, that was very special. Very, very special that they did that. And I'm pretty sure it might happen again in Christchurch. When the test matches are on, may well happen again. Of course, different squads, but great respect, I think, between the two countries for what McCullum has done. And, of course, New Zealand did it for Mitch Johnson in Perth. And I think it's a wonderful thing, really is. And I think everyone that was here appreciated it. Here's Williamson.
Wait on.
Can he get going today on which is pretty much his home patch?
Yeah, it is, and interestingly enough, Australia's straight to Hastings to put it in that good area and put them under pressure. Both occasions in the previous games, there's been some good pressure from Hastings early doors in Williamson's innings. So this will be a good challenge for both here.
Oh, Mitch Marsh is in the hot seat. He's at short cover. That's where he's fallen twice in 2 innings. Brilliant. That's Maxwell, and that's doing a great job keeping him under pressure.
I suppose a good thing for Kane Williamson is that he's got a bit of time to get himself set with that rollicking start from McCullum and Guptill. He can take just a couple of overs himself to get himself going, and so there's no rush. It's a good-looking scoreboard at the moment.
We stop that one, though. That's one too many, John Hastings, in that area.
Yeah, offered that little bit of width for Williamson and just crashed on top of the bounce all the way through the cover point boundary for 4. Cross seamer early, and Williamson, good feet and great head position there as well.
I think he likes this shot, doesn't he? Kane Williamson, you're not going to get away with that very often. Once every blue moon. More importantly, we've got young Zampa coming into the attack for his first bowl today. I thought he was very impressive in his debut game. And will he get a little bit of purchase? It's a good grass covering, but it is there's no real live grass, is there? So it might grip the surface a little bit.
The first thing of interest to me is which end he bowled from, and I think Steve Smith's done the right thing here. Very, very tempting hit from the end he's bowling it to the and over mid-on, mid-wicket. That's not a very, very big hit at all. So he's given him a little bit more breathing room in terms of the end that he's bowled from. But will he get it to do anything?
Oh, nice.
And if he does, will it excite Ish Sodhi later in the evening? And Williamson will not want to let him settle and get through 10 cheap overs. He's somebody they haven't seen a lot of, but they will have talked about in the day in between the two games. Good Good use of the feet to a full delivery. And, of course, we 100 up for New Zealand and just the 14th over. Good start. Better than good, actually. But it was Zampa that got Williamson and Wellington.
Yeah, just tossed slightly wider and couldn't keep the ball on the deck. It was a firmly struck. Nothing wrong with the shot, really, just the fact that it was in the air and a good catch by Stephen Smith at cover. So that was Zampa's very first international wicket, so that's one for the memory bank, that for sure. So I think Kane Williamson's going to have one hell of a career.
That baby face will change every day. You'll just age a wee bit, AB.
Yeah, being a leg spinner, there's going to be some stressful days. No lines on Warnie's face, though.
I was going to say. I was just about to say. That'd be an interesting path to follow. He's in the jungle now, isn't he?
Absolutely impossible to follow that. In the jungle, yes. I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here.
It's loose, and that is gone a long way back. Nervous start.
Yeah, nervous start. We knew Williamson was going to put it under pressure, but lovely shot from Guptill here. Good use of the feet, rocks back and powers it over deep mid-wicket.
Almost the attempted flipper type delivery, just sort of stuck in the head, dragged it down and, well, got what it deserved.
What to push for two, although Williamson stumbled at the start of that first run, so they'll just curtail that idea. So 10 off the first Zampa over, 14 overs gone, 109 for 1 in Hamilton.
Williamson on the move again, outside off stump. They won't push for two. Guptill slipped anyway.
16 overs gone, and the last over bowled by Hastings. I just sensed the ball might be sticking into the pitch. Ken, you spoke the start of the innings. You will reserve your judgment on how good it is after the ball loses its shine, because it can slow up considerably.
Yeah, I get the feeling that it's a bit slower than it looks. When you just look at the start of play and you give a bit of a bang with your knuckles, it feels really hard. But as Guptill brings up his 50, it's been another really good knock by informed Kiwi opener, hasn't it? He's played well. It's been some really good shots down the ground, as we expect from Guptill. It took a while just to find the pace of the pitch. A couple of bottom edges here or there, but look at that. 51 off the 50 deliveries. And the launch pad, the foundation has been set.
It's crucial to bowl nice and straight. It's not doing a lot. It's certainly short boundaries. One of those grounds that produces high scores. It's not an easy ground to defend either. Ball can skid on at night and be a lot easier to bat on. They're going to need a very large total to compete today. Oh, got him. Dragged it back on. We've seen that a bit from Kane Williamson. And Boland strikes.
Yeah, it was wide, and Williamson just tried to play it through his favourite third man area. Tried to get on top of the bounce, face closed and just dragging it back onto off stump. Not the best delivery, but it's the most effective. It's picked up a crucial wicket, and again Australia break another partnership as it looks promising. Williamson goes for 88. 1, 2, 3 for 2.
Henry Nicholls is the new man. Very early in his New Zealand career. A couple of half centuries, a very good 82, his highest score. But another crucial blow for Australia, breaking the partnership just as it was getting underway. I often say this about Kane Williamson's batting, but there's an element of laziness about that shot.
He's out here, right? Come on.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's laziness or perhaps slipping back too much into an accumulation kind of mindset. Maybe looking to be too careful, trying to ease our way through the next 15 to 20 overs. It did just hold up and just seam back a little bit. So give the bowlers some dues there. You can see it here, didn't it back? But the bottom edge was vulnerable. I just get a sense, Simon and Craig, that New Zealand just looking to accumulate. They're almost giving up the boundaries, or looking for the boundaries. You see that bottom edge exposed.
There's no feet though, Ken, is there? No, he's playing at that wide one with no feet movement at all.
It's a fair call. Didn't it back as well?
Yeah.
There you can see it. The yellow line indicating a bit of off-cut. Borland. So Australia have done well. They've got wickets.
Yeah, come back.
Stemming the flow of runs.
Timing. Beautiful timing. Bailey can't catch up with it. On the up from Martin Guptill.
Power and timing, placement. It was back of a length. Look how tall he stood. Got on this outfield. Bailey gave it his best, but couldn't get there. Needed boundary for New Zealand and for Martin Guptill just to keep the confidence going, especially after losing a wicket.
Wicket in the over for Scott Boland. It's 129 for 2. It's a freebie, does Nicholls. Only the one, though.
Very different styles between the two. Look like there's a wrong to show the left-hander, which he did in Wellington as well, because he likes to sweep. Nicholls. So the confidence is there. Zampa, which is good.
Nice.
It's important that Nicholls gets attuned to the situation very quickly here. Australia will be trying to get through a few quick overs, a few dot balls, put pressure, not just on Nicholls, but on Guptill at the other end, who we know is scoring freely.
Oh, it's up in the air. Chance, yes, comfortable. Very comfortable indeed. Back of the bat. And Zampa strikes this time. Hastings takes another catch.
Yeah, plenty of excitement in the Australian camp, and Martin Guptill's on his way. He's played really, really well. But it's just that uncertainty involved with a bit of leg spin. Never quite sure where it is. Well, it just bounced a little bit out of the footmarks, perhaps. Closed the face of it, looking to sweep the ball backward a square. And Hastings takes a safe catch. He's on his way. Is Guptill for 59. Caught Hastings, bowled Zampa. It's 131 for 3.
Well, there's the power that Ross Taylor's talking about. Your power hitters, Anderson and Ronke and Doug Bracewell. Rare opportunity, actually, for Doug Bracewell in coloured clothing today.
Oh, nice bowling, Zampy.
Terrific job with the ball throughout the summer as a test bowler. 155 for 3. Richie Beno used to say, double it after 30 with wickets in hand and you get quite close. New Zealand are on track for a pretty good score here, and that's lovely placement. They'll get 2 at least here on the arm of George Bailey in the deep.
Well, the New Zealanders are aware that their batting through the middle hasn't been good enough and has left them exposed, and it's just been a couple of decent tail-end innings that have got them up to something which they would consider defendable. They weren't able to defend it in Wellington, and it was exceptional circumstances, you'd have to say, that they were able to defend the total in Auckland.
2 short covers, and that's because Elliott did get out in that fashion, caught it short cover in Wellington, same as Williamson. So Steve Smith brought Mitchell Marsh on his left shoulder just to block that gap and really stare down Grant Elliott. So Elliott says to heck with that, I'll go over the top, and his placement is pretty good.
Yeah, good controlled stroke. It's good signs for Elliott, this, because there was nothing hurried about it, there was nothing desperate about it. Here he is, getting out. driving. This was in the last game in Wellington. Went in very similar fashion to Williamson.
That should go. Oh, it's put down. Oh, Henry Nicholls will be thinking that should have gone for 6. And Australia thinking Henry Nicholls should be gone.
Well, Hall of Shame cricket, this. Short ball, long hop. Asked to be hit, wasn't, and then was put down. Pretty bad cricket all around.
It's hit pretty hard. I'll give that to Mitchell Marsh. And nearly blew his hands apart. 26 overs gone, 159 for 3. Adam Zampa, 2 short covers again. I suppose you have to watch the diet, mate, when you're not able to be too active.
Oh, I've been learning from you, Smithy. You know, we're okay, aren't we?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
Thought so.
So a lot of salads and...
No carbs. No carbs.
No carbs?
Nice.
No drive-throughs?
Hey.
Coming down here, Zamps. Feel it, mate.
Thanks for the voucher in Australia, by the way.
No drive-throughs?
No, of course. Well, if Mackenzie wants to go, I'll take it.
You'll take her through. And terrible if you had to eat. Little Mackenzie had to eat by herself.
Exactly. The odd nugget here and there is not too bad, is it?
Work for Usain Bolt.
No.
He's in slightly better nick than I am, I think.
Hard in. Coming down to here now, boy. Feel it is, Zampy.
I suppose you know Henry Nicholls too well because he's basically got your spot because you're not there, but the bits we've seen of him, he seems pretty cool and calm, and that's a good shot.
Yeah, I mean, just seeing him in the change room was something different just before. He was pacing up and down, eating, going to the toilet a lot. It seems like a nervous type character, where I guess myself, I don't really move much, but players are totally different, and I think I just like the way he's very busy at the crease and very proactive, and I think in this position that he's batting, I think that'll put him in good stead for a very good career.
Yeah, well, the nerves seem to be being transformed into good positive energy at the moment. There's no doubt about it. One or two useful innings so far, and here he's got a start, it's fair to say, to carry on.
Nice, Zampy.
28 overs gone, 168 for 3. Plan continues across Henry Nicholls. They're looking for an outside edge or just a check drive. Short that one. So what's the plan now, Roscoe? Now that you're hitting balls again.
Good to see the specialist tomorrow, and hopefully can tell me some good news. So I'll have a better idea. Probably join the team hopefully after that, and hopefully get ready for that second test.
We've got a big Australian audience here listening to us today. That 290 special, real special for you?
Oh, definitely. I think I'd struggled leading into it, and I'd always wanted to score 100 in Australia, so to get 290 is something that I'll never suspect, as Nicholls the plan has worked.
Falls into the trap. He's caught, absolutely caught by the plan that Australia had set. It was so beautifully done from Steve Smith, and he was the catcher. You could see it there. They painted a fairly obvious picture, and Henry Nicholls was not prepared to outweigh it. So yes, joy for Steve Smith, and Henry Nicholls goes for what looked to be a good effort today. Cut short, 171 for 4.
Yeah, thought there might be a change. Hazelwood just with a couple of overs remaining, so you'll expect him to bowl the last couple of overs.
Push for 2 here. Scotty Boland 4 overs. He's been a little bit expensive today, up Just a tick under 9 and over. Hastings not quite as tidy as he was in Wellington. Oh, beautifully, I thought, in Wellington. John Hastings and Mitchell Marsh. Just the 2 overs for Mitchell Marsh. 1 for 8.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, Simon, see what Steve Smith does in these last few overs. Got a few options there, hasn't he, with Glenn Maxwell to bowl a few of his offies. I'm sure Mitchell Marsh will come back and bowl a few, no doubt. He's a good wicket taker, can bowl quite a heavy, quick deliveries as well, does Marsh. So he does have a few options at his hand, Steve Smith. Exactly how he utilises his resources will be very key for Australia's chances here.
Straight down the ground from Anderson. Such a quality strike, that. Out of nowhere.
Yeah, where's that come from? Just a goodish delivery around a bit off stump, and well, it's gone whoosh here over mid-off. Flat, hard, strong hit by Anderson. That's what he can do.
That's power right there. It just looked like it was going to go like, a couple of bounces into the fence. No way. It's just gone crash into the side screen.
Oh, no. Did it carry? I think it did. Khawaja. Might have been low, but I'm pretty sure it carried.
Yeah, chances for Australia. How much will they come to rue this one? He's hit it pretty well. It's a low chance. At his left ankle, Khawaja. But down it goes.
Yeah, right off the toe end of the bat too. He's broken his bat as a result. So it was a comfortable pace to make the catch. You've got to take them when they come straight to you. This level of cricket, it can be very costly. Someone like Anderson, don't want to give him too many lives. Rush out a couple of new blades. They don't last too long, do they, these days, rudders, the bats? Hit one in the wrong spot, they split very easy.
Mine used to last a whole season, AB. Gloves, bats, just one will do. Pair of pads. Got truckloads. Bags full the modern day batsman. All the same shape, size, weight. Anderson just bring up his 1,000 runs in ODI cricket. Let off in this over for him.
Pretty healthy performance in your first 40 games. Good strike rate, averaging 30 odd, and you're batting down the list, so it's always a tough time to really do much with your stats.
Yeah, batting at 6. It's most of his career, 5 or 6. So average over 30 and striking well over 100. It's really good. Add the bowling strike rate to that. Makes for good reading. Good over for New Zealand, that. 10 runs coming from it. And at the end of the 33rd, it's 190 for 4. 14 overs remaining here at Seddon Park in Hamilton. It's a full house, lovely day. 202 for 4. New Zealand. Time for a change upstairs. Nathan McCullum, Mark Richardson and Craig Cumming.
Thanks, Tawley. Just 14 overs to go. Elliott 31, Anderson 17. You can say they're set when it comes to balls faced. Certainly not comfortable when it comes to scoring.
Well, with 14 overs remaining, it's an icky time, let's call it.
Quick single. We go the bowler's end. It might have been close. Quick throw by Maxwell.
He's very industrious, isn't he, in that inner circle, Maxwell? He's sharp. Quick gather. Would have just made it, Elliott. But you don't take Maxwell lightly. Yeah, difficult time because overs are starting to tick through now. There's still 6 wickets in hand. There is some players of striking ability to come, but what point do these two say we have to lift the rate? We've got to take some risk, and it'll involve a risk assessment.
Mid on and mid off, up inside the circle. It's a challenged Anderson.
Will involve confidence as well, because I mean they need to consider that they are in a good position. Do they have the confidence to say, let's make it a really good position? I'm of the opinion that considerably higher than 300 is required.
Yeah, and I think there's a bit of an assessment of the surface as well. I think the surface has slowed up a touch in the last 15, 20 overs. And Australia have bowled some good line and length as well, and really put the pressure on New Zealand. And it's been a tough going out there to score freely, but it's about figuring out now when to push that button.
Yeah, and I don't think the button is let's start just having a wally. It'll be, okay, if we get a few balls we haven't scored, we've got to look for a boundary. Starting to look for a boundary each over, starting to be prepared to up the risk-taking to find that boundary.
Yeah, you're right. And it's almost that T20 mode of where you're looking for a boundary and over.
Talk was 2, but no. On, just 3 off the over, 37 gone, 205 for 4. Just looking for the signs from Anderson. When's he going to press that button that he's ready to go? Tries to pull it. We feel like he missed out there. He's coming back for 2. It's good running, it's a weak throw.
This is good running, because he was aware that Hazlewood had to throw off balance and would get no power into the throw.
It's another mistimed pull. Martin Guptill toe-ended a lot early on off Hazlewood. It was 137k, so it was certainly whacked into the pitch by Boland. It just shows maybe the nature of this pitch, that when you really go hard into it, variable pace. Another example there.
Well, I don't think variable pace, I think just slow pace when it's banged in. When it's full, it does skid through quite nicely, I think, and batsmen can play the strokes, but anything that's just short of a length is definitely not arriving on to the bat at the pace in which the batsman thinks it will, and therefore there's been a lot of mistiming off the back foot.
Charges this time. Maybe that's a sign. Mid on and mid off up inside the circle with opportunity. Not very often you see Corey Anderson actually charge the quick bowlers.
Yeah, it's really well bowled by Boland there. You've seen him come in and cramped him up and didn't allow him that width to free his arms and go back over his head.
Pulls this one hard. Fielder out there. Just not got his timing going yet, Corey Anderson. Partnership of 41, 60 balls. Another start for New Zealand.
I think it's so important that Anderson can bat deep into the hitting's time of this innings, because he's a bludgeoner of the cricket ball. And if he can just start to hit out, that strength he's got could pay dividends.
And this time down by Elliott, one bounce. He too has decided it's time to go.
This is good from Elliott because even though he used his feet, there was no over-hitting of it. Just relied on timing and good placement. Yeah, what I was saying about Anderson, if he's not finding his timing, he's got such strength, but that won't play into his favour, let's say, until the real hit is on. And if he's there in another 6 overs' time, then that strength of his he can really use to his advantage, bludgeon the ball.
Misfield. Maxwell. Very rare to see that. 39 overs gone, 217 for 4. Hazelwood. And I can tell you, in the 3 matches so far, this is the best position New Zealand's been going in the last 10 overs wickets-wise. The first ODI, they were 238 for 6. Obviously more runs. Then in Wellington, 205 for 6, so 221 for 4. Suggests that Mark Richardson, Europe, we point about wickets in hand, they're in a very good position.
Yeah, they are, because they can look at the players to come now. Ronke, Bracewell, Mills, Henry. So there's 4 good strikers of a cricket ball plus themselves. So there's 6. And they only need 2 to come off. 2 out of 6. It's good odds.
And also the thing about that, what they didn't have the luxury in Wellington was Milne and those sort of players, they had to do it for a lot longer. This time, they're going to have a minimum of 9 or 10 overs, a maximum of 9 or 10 overs. So they only need to come out and hit a few balls and get going and do a little 10-ball cameo of 20, 25, and they're all rocketing.
Yeah, and Khawaja dropped Henderson on 11. Important part of the game. Well, if you think of 60 balls to go, you should get a minimum a run a ball. So that would put New Zealand around 280. You'd like to think. Boundary and over by the end of that 10 overs. So you are up around the 80, 90 run mark. Gives himself room, Anderson. This time he hits it hard. Has he got high enough? He hasn't. We're talking about the launch. Well, Anderson couldn't get going. Now New Zealand lose their 5th wicket.
Yeah, Anderson looking to free his arms here. Got cramped up a little bit. Hit it well, but just not the elevation. Comfortable catch on the boundary there, and that position now where New Zealand have Ronke coming in next. 223 for 5.
Straight down the ground. That's where Ronke is strong.
Yeah, if you want a guy to come in this situation and be able to hit from ball 1, it's Luke Ronke. He's one of the cleanest strikers of the ball I've ever seen, and consistently hitting the middle of the bat at training. He's very, very strong going straight down the ground, and obviously with these short boundaries here, if he gets any sort of length to do that, he'll be looking at going there.
Difficult scenario though, isn't it? When you're shy of runs, you got to come out and
Cuts. Oh, another great bit of fielding. Bailey again. Saved a certain 4.
Yeah, great bit of feeling. Dive there, thought it was going to carry. He's doing it brilliantly there.
He's committed.
Just bits of that sort of fielding makes such a difference to the bowler.
Yes.
Diving and missed this time.
Well, it's an area, that backward point, where you've got to have one of your stronger fielders. At this stage of an innings, that they often put, especially you see it in T20, you'll have some of your whippets around the boundary. Australia don't seem to do that as much. They've got they're better players positioned inside the circle, or they're better fieldsmen, sorry, inside the circle. But that one there is a tough one because you get beaten either side, that's going to rocket away for 4. And the ball goes there lots.
Yeah, I guess teams are fortunate these days. There's a lot more good fielders than there probably once was. All the fast bowlers are more than often genuine athletes and can field just as well as some of the little batsmen that are going around.
Ronke's doing well. Get a run and ball. Bailey back in the action. He's got one of those monitors on his back too. Be tracking how many Ks he runs. He want to impress the trainer. Some extra yards. Useless running, but at least it looks good on the meter.
You're wearing one of those when no one's looking, just put in a couple of extra little wind sprints just to get your numbers up.
This time Elliott tries to go over mid-off. He does. No one back there. Will it go all the way? It does. It brings up 50 for Grant Elliott. 58 deliveries.
Yeah, well played. That's a good strike rate in the circumstances. 236 for 5 now. Right in the hitting zone, and Elliott didn't miss out. And waiting for as close to a gift as he could possibly get. He received it and he opened it and took it. Marsh knows exactly what he's done.
He didn't look happy, did he?
Well, I hope he's angry with himself. So lots of singles. A really well-worked innings this by Elliott.
Definitely the reverse swing there. There's an appeal. Hazelwood may have thought it hit the toe of his foot.
Gone straight to review. Straight to review.
For LBW, can you start from the front foot, please?
No question they believe it's hit the foot first. Let's see.
Yeah, fair delivery. Move on to front on spin vision.
Yeah, it's definitely hit the toe.
Give me hot spot leg side, please. Leg side. Okay, fine. The ball has hit the foot first.
Definitely hit the foot.
You can go for ball
Question
tracking
is,
when
was it outside the line of off stump? The first vision looked like it wasn't.
Ball tracking coming up.
On field call, outside,
impact,
off stump.
Outside the off impact on field call. You can stay with your decision now. Derek, you're on cam. Make the signal. Well done.
Steve Smith not happy.
Well, he's had a go at everyone out there. Even before it went to the review, he had a go at the batsman, had a go at the umpire. Probably had a crack at security as well.
It does not take a lot for your toe to get outside off stump when you're batting on middle.
Well, I'm getting the feeling that they were really disappointed with the fact it was given not out in the first place. They felt it was a really bad decision to say not out.
Wait there.
Don't really think it's their place to make those feelings aware to the umpire.
We just got to ask if he was batting himself when he got a decision like that, how would he react? What would his reaction be? It's all very well when you're on one side, and batsmen are great at doing that, aren't they?
And I definitely heard someone saying it might have been Ronke as he's walking off. It will be a little bit funny if it's given not out.
I think it was Grant Elliott stirring the pot. Full toss this time.
I'm sure that's definitely something Grant would say. It is. That reverse swing's creating a little bit of angle as well now, isn't it? That angle in, so you're not seeing that first line, you've got to wait and see that second line.
Well, it's one ball too. Remember, there's a ball at each end used now, and it seems to be the ball at the city end, let's say, that the southern end of the ground, that seems to be reverse swinging. The other one, not so much. So you want to obviously organise your bowlers to get those who bowl well with the reverse swinging ball to bowl at that southern end.
Oh, over off stump. Change of pace.
He was looking for the leverage to play that shot, and he got it. Now, he'd be disappointed he missed out there.
Just watching Bailey with that pack on, he is walking around doing a few little Ks out there. I remember we were on a tour in Sri Lanka one time. Brian Stronach was the trainer, and we had a few of the guys wearing the GPS, and at the end of the day, he was getting them off his computer, and there was a few messages written in the tracks of where the guys have been running throughout the day at training. He had to spell them out.
Down leg, or good take. Excellent take. He hasn't caught it wide.
Wow. Wow. Why wasn't this wide? There seems to be a lot of discussion about decision making out there at the moment.
Let's have a look at hotspot.
He is too.
Question is, has he got a wee nick on that? Plenty happening, plenty to happen still. 43 overs gone, 237 for 5.
Mitchell Marsh to continue. Ronke goes down the ground, hasn't got it well enough. Comfortable catch for bowling. He takes it easily, and Ronke's short stay is over.
Yeah, the scrambled seam and nowhere near the middle of the bat. And quite a comfortable catch there for Scott Boland in the deep. So the breakthrough the Australians needed. There was a couple of close shaves before that, but Ronke has got to go. He's on his way for 5. The score now 6 for 237.
Doug Bracewell's the new batsman. New Zealand lost Luke Ronke. It's just up to Grant Elliott to try and steady this ship through to the 50 over mark. Oh, he might be gone as well. He is. 2 and 2. 2 and 2. Maxwell takes the catch, and Elliott's stay has come to an end as well. Mitchell Marsh on a hat-trick.
Not the end that Elliott would have wanted. He's played really well. 62 deliveries for his 50, but he's picked out the fielder here on the boundary. It's a good enough shot, but straight to the fielder. You can see this one's quite full. Looked to give himself room over the offside to play it through the leg side, but he's found the fielder, and he's gone. And Mitchell Marsh with his tail up, and Australia with theirs up as well. Elliott's on his way for 50. It remains 237 for 7.
Adam Milne is the new batsman. 2 and 2 for Mitchell Marsh. The last one-day international hat-trick for Australia, Clint Mackay. Clint Mackay in Cardiff. Marsh with a chance. Brought that to an abrupt end.
Well, it was in the air. There was cries of catch it, but nicely placed. Milne's got good numbers, hasn't he? For a man who bats right down the list, a good strike rate and a healthy average. Batted well the other day.
That way for
Very
one.
impressed with his little knock. But a bit of work now for the tail to get that score up to, well, into the 280s would be handy.
Yeah. Nice, Bryson. Good boys.
Yeah, once again, it'll be the New Zealand middle and top order to be kicking themselves, putting the lower order under a bit of pressure. There's Ronke. Just slapping one down the ground there to long on. Safe hands of Scotty Bullen. Scrambled seam delivery. Set up, never quite got hold of it. Hasn't quite got going in the series is Luke Ronke with the bat.
Wide.
And the very next ball, Elliott shimmying across his stumps to try and hit the ball to the onside, but picked out the fielder. Hit the ball well, but not in the gap, and Maxwell's got very safe hands. So the end of a good innings, really, from Elliott. Played well, but picked out the fielder perfectly.
Clipped away on the leg side by Milne. That is a good shot. Picks up 4.
He was asked to do a bit in the last game. Adam Milne with bat in hand. That's exactly what his team requires now in these last few overs here at Seddon Park. Just slanting it down leg side. Mitchell Marsh helped us on its way and bisected the 2 fieldsmen on the boundary backward a square. Good shot. Black Caps need plenty more of that. The Wasp keeps coming down.
Two wickets in the over for Marsh. 244 for 7.
Scotty Boland, the new bowler. He's had a reasonably tough day at the office. But he's one of those guys that bowls well at the end of the innings generally.
He probably doesn't have to resort to true death bowling, does he, at this stage? The recent wickets by Australia have meant that Hastings and Borland, with the ball in hand at the moment, can bowl just back of length, straight, subtle variations. Let the Kiwi batsmen take their chances and try and get that run rate up in the last few overs here.
It's a pass mid-wicket. It'll just be 1.
Hey, Bull. Hey, Bull, where are you going?
As you said, brothers, you can sort of mix up. When you're bowling to a batsman who's going, you're really trying to nail your Yorkers. But with a tail ender, you can mix your pace up and maybe set that batsman up for your go-to ball, like the slower ball or the Yorker. So yeah, it's a better scenario to finish the innings off as a bowler.
Wide down leg side. We've also seen the ball reversing a bit, especially from the far end, the city end. There's a couple of deliveries from Hazelwood earlier, which just suggested there was some swing there. Bowler looks as though he's quite capable of getting it hooping around as well at this stage. A great crowd in attendance here today, 10,500.
Oh, he's given him pad first. Adam Milne is having a discussion with Bracewell. And he's going to walk off. Pretty convinced that it was going to clip leg stump. Certainly hit the pads. Not sure whether it hit the bat at all afterwards. Hit the boot. No, it's going down. It is going down as well, I think now. You might look at that. But it's too late. Time up to review it. It's been given.
Yeah, it looks a pretty poor decision, has to be said. To record giving it out, looks like it's going a long way down leg side. The angle, bit of in-swing as well. But Milne's on his way. LBW to ball on for 5, and the Kiwis struggling. 246 for 8. Scorecard. Wickets tumbling in the last half hour or so. The Black Caps batsmen not quite getting to that last sort of stanza of a one innings where they can really launch. Wickets just fallen too repetitively for that to happen. We're looking at 330, weren't we, at one stage? Halfway through this innings, you think 330 was minimum. Now it's most important for the Black Caps batsmen to bat through to the end of the innings as many as they possibly can. One wonders if anything less than 300 is going to be a winning score, but must try and get as close as possible.
Oh, you've just got to bat at least 4 of these last 5 overs sensibly.
Pace off that one. Just nipping down leg. Slower ball to start the over from Hastings.
Bit of a leg cutter here too from John Hastings to start. The other thing about the Milne dismissal, gentlemen, was he got it on, appeared to be on the end of his toe. He was noticeably hobbling off after Walker gave him out. I'm sure his foot will be in ice.
Bowled him. Another slow one, was it? Yeah, another little leg roller. It's gone straight through Doug Bracewell. Australia all over New Zealand at the end of this innings.
Yeah, another good delivery this from John Hastings. Just rolling his fingers across the line of the ball. And if anything, it went the other way. Might have nipped back towards Dougie Bracewell's stumps there. And Hastings, he's been a good performer for the Aussies, and he's done another good job again today. And Dougie Bracewell trudges off. He's made a couple, and the score now 9 for 246. So there's early on in his career, that's typical stats for someone, particularly if you bat down the order. Don't get a lot of opportunities.
Oh, he's gone. Very first ball. Got his bat down on it, Ish Sodhi, but it's just rolled back onto that leg stump. Hastings strikes with a double to finish off this New Zealand innings. Brilliant performance towards the end from Australia. He's got down on it comfortably, and then it's just dribbled onto middle stump. That's brilliant work from Australia to round this innings off.
Yeah, from 223 for 4 not so long ago, New Zealand bowled out for 246. Everyone's suggesting this pitch was an absolute belter, and around 300 or even more would have been a par score. Australia have put all those plans on hold for New Zealand, so he's on his way for a duck. He's bowled by Hastings, and there it was, 246 all out New Zealand.
15 balls, 5 wickets, 9 runs to round off the innings, AB. That's a very good performance at the end from Australia.
Well, that's right. We're all sitting here waiting for the launch pad and a score up round in close to the 300s minimum just a few short overs ago, and all of a sudden the Aussie boys have found something. A little bit of reverse swing, good bowling at the end, and a little bit of aid and abetted by some loose shots, and all of a sudden 246 on the board. Doesn't feel enough.
No, certainly doesn't. Run through that scorecard. A lot of starts, but no scores of real note. And the Australian bowlers very good from Hazelwood at the top. A couple for Hastings, Boland 2 for 59. Zampa 1 for 45. Maxwell just the 3 overs. One of the hot star performers, Mitchell Marsh, 3 for 34. So crowd that quietened down a lot towards the end of that innings. New Zealand just posted 246. Australia require 247 to take out the Chappell Hadley series. We'll be back at Seddon Park in Hamilton in around about 36 minutes.
And so that is what we're looking at now. Australia looks pretty easy at the moment. 247 of 4.94 runs per over. And this was a great moment as the team just gave Brendan McCullum 5 yards to walk out by himself, leading the side in one-day international cricket by himself for the last time, and the crowd very appreciative of that. But I can tell you right here and now, that team would have made him a lot happier had they got through to 346. Or 320 maybe, and I think that probably is about where Brendan McCullum feels. And the reason why is this fellow's in such great touch. that record doesn't suggest it, but he is a fine player, the top of his game, and at the other end, of course, is David Warner. So New Zealand have one way of winning this game, and that is to knock Australia over, and that means with this new ball.
Well, a good start. There's a little bit of movement there for Henry. David Warner, outstanding return for him. Tremendous strike rate at the top of the order. Always seems to get the Australians off to a rip-roaring start.
And again, good pace. Nice direction. The bowlers have got to dig the batsman out of this somehow, to be fair.
Yeah, wickets crucial up front. The problem with the match in Wellington a couple of days ago was the run rate that Khawaja and Warner were able to create early on, and it wasn't through anything overly aggressive. It was just proper cricket shots. They put the bad ball away. They were very aggressive on anything that was slightly offline.
Question, Simon. No Trent Boult today. Who takes a new ball at the other end for you?
I'd give it to Doug Bracewell just for a couple of overs. I think he's more likely to create a mistake.
Glorious. He's in that kind of touch. Khawaja. Australia underway.
It's always amazing when you're in red-hot form. You can play and miss a couple of times, and the next one you go out, it hits the middle of the bat and goes for 4. And on this occasion, he'd missed the previous 2 attempts at that particular shot, Usman Khawaja, but finally found somewhere near the middle of the bat. The gap's the main thing, fast outfield, and he's away.
It wasn't that bad a ball, was it? It was on the up. Just what McCullum wants him to deliver.
Yeah, just to finish off this, but I'd go with Bracewell. I think they'll go with Milne. Personally, I think that's what they will do, but I would go with Bracewell. Just think a little bit of swing, brand new ball. He does tend to shape the ball away from the right-handers, back into the left-handers. I think he can cause an LBW, maybe get one to just hint to come back in and nip away off the seam.
Couple of good shots in the over. 4 for none. Yes, you kind of sense, and even Steve Smith said after game 2 that 3, 4 and 5 got some runs together. We might be a bit happier. So tonight might be their night. Adam Milne, it is to be Milne, so it's going to be pace. And this will be a nice little challenge. David Warner up against 145 plus with a brand new ball. Short boundary down behind him to the left there, which he could exploit. No Trent Boult today, no Tim Southee, of course, so the best 2 swing bowlers not available. Can pace do it?
Might have been better off leading that. David Warner looked wide, but keen to get bat on ball.
I know you've got to get wickets, you've got to search for wickets. You can go a little bit too, or get a little bit too keen perhaps as a bowler. It is still about hitting the string, hitting the line and length, trying to create some maidens, some dot balls. Good bounce, good movement back into Warner.
Just knowing Brendan McCullum in the way he likes to captain the side, I look at the field and I think, gee, he would desperately love to have another slip in there with a new ball. But he's also conscious that if Australia get to 40 very quickly, because of the way he attacks, he hasn't got a lot left to play with. So he's stuck. He's stuck because they got a below par score. Williamson with the shy.
Just coasting there, David Warner, but had to put the Got a big shimmies in at the end. So he's off the mark. But just a little bit of encouragement there for the bowlers, a little bit of swing. Sure, the Australians swing it for a little while up front, but didn't seem to last very long. Maybe the conditions are a little bit different now as we get into the later evening or earlier evening.
Well, what I will say is a really dark cloud just behind us here, and that is exaggerating the effect of the lights at the ground. That cloud there, it's even darker than it appears on television, so the lights normally wouldn't be having an effect at 6:10 in the evening, but they are.
Yeah, and the forecast, just having a look on line, it says 70 to 80% chance to 8 o'clock tonight. It's out towards Raglan at, of course, the west coast beaches of New Zealand. Popular surfing destination. Don't quite pick up the hills. It's always a worrying sign.
Like the Pennines, is it, in Manchester? If you can see them. It's going to rain. If you can't, it is.
Good tidy start from Adam Milne. 6 for none after 2. Yeah, it's a good crowd, but they're not exactly in party mood because they know, with their knowledge of the game, that New Zealand have not posted as many as they should have. They're not quite in buoyant mood for that very reason. They're a bit pensive and they're a bit hopeful for some early success.
Well, it'll get noisy if a couple of Aussie wickets are taken, that's for sure.
That's one.
That was easy. Really made that pull shot look simple.
Yeah, dragged down. I don't know whether this was meant to be a short delivery from Henry. Just dragged it down, and David Warner quickly into position. Just helped it on his way. Just used the pace of the ball and very good placement. Fine legs up in the circle, so just about a free hit behind that.
Very busy player, David Warner, and even if he's not hitting it in the middle, he's still busy. His mannerisms, it's like a baseball player. He adjusts his gloves almost before every ball, takes them off, lets the hands breathe a wee bit. Days like this, it becomes advantageous to do that because it's humid and the hands get sweaty very quickly. But he's also busy, he's at you, pinching singles. You're expecting him to play big shots and he'll run at you, hit gaps. As opposed to Khawaja, who's just not seeing fielders at the moment. He's hitting it so well, it's just gap after gap.
He's almost Sanath Jayasuriya-like, Warner. Annoying. As far as being a bowler is concerned, you're always ready to go. And he's not, because he's still putting his gloves back on or adjusting something. Frustrating.
Oh, that is just imperious, really. It's in charge.
Yeah, one of the shots of the day. I mean, slightly wide, but no half volley, just hit on the top of the bounce. And as he hit it, he yelled out, "Wait!" I don't know what he was waiting for. That was beautiful.
Wait there, we don't need to run.
Yes, good call. That was a beautiful strike.
All of a sudden, this is a very good start by Australia. New Zealand under a pressure as they were with the bat. Keeps the strike with that single, expensive one. 19 for none after just 3.
Yes, the scoreboard's looking good. Just the sort of start you want, you know. Survive that early onslaught. You know New Zealand are going to come out and go hard at you in those first, well, half dozen or so overs, but you survived the first 3, got the scoreboard ticking over nicely.
Well, the problem New Zealand have also got is that the RPO is not demanding by modern standards, 4.85. Somehow they've got to get wickets, but they've got to push that kind of pressure up too.
Yes.
Must try and get it up to a runner ball, and got to get players out to do that, get new players coming in, looking for them to get started. So it's not an easy situation, this, for Brendan McCullum in his last gig.
It's one of those run chases where you don't really have to go up and over the infield. You can keep the ball along the ground, pick the right deliveries to really attack, but yeah, you don't have to force the issue too much in these first 10 overs.
It's a classic example of David Warner for me, and how he might have changed a wee bit in the last year or two. To me, he looked, I thought he was going to try and pump that delivery. And he opened his front foot up there as if to say, I'm going to, you can see the back lift, and then all of a sudden he thought, no, too good a ball for that, but I can still get one. That kind of impetuousness has disappeared to a small degree out of his game.
He's spot on, Smithy. He's openly admitted now that he's really targeting Test cricket and wants to play accordingly.
Just a single, Grant Elliott. It's a difficult thing actually when you've been you're in the field and you know you've sold yourself short with the bat. Had high expectations of numbers well in excess of 300 at one stage, and every man jack of them will know that they've sold themselves short today, and so there's a disappointment. You've got to try and cloud that with enthusiasm, but it's hard. You can see in their faces there's a little bit of a look there that it's hope, I think, as much as anything else at the moment. There's not a lot of talking going on. Round the wicket, and that just frees the arms for Warner to go over point.
He took a new guard there, David Warner, had his toes on off stump, and he was outside his crease from what I could ascertain from up here. He is. He's outside his crease and his toes are on off stump. And then he's advanced some more, trying to put the pressure straight back on Adam Milne.
He backs himself just to get enough bat on the ball. As the field's up.
Boundary. Man up at fine leg, gives you a margin of error so slim against class players.
Yes, that angle you create bowling around will get to the left-handers. You miss by just half a metre or less, and all of a sudden it's going to race away, especially with the pace that he bowls at.
Two big overs now for Australia, back to back. 11 off this so far, 1 ball to go. And a dot, 30 for none after 4.
It might be a tough gig for the bowling to left-hand as a leg spinner, but yeah, look, anything's worth a try to just get that breakthrough.
Now then, is this going to be taken? Fielder running back, has a good look at it. Oh, no. Poor old Kane Williamson. Took a great running catch and then dived over the boundary. One of those nights.
That's an incredible catch. It's such a good catch from Kane Williamson. It has gone so high, but boundary's very small. He can't have a look to see where the boundary rope is. He's just got to worry about catching it. Momentum's taken him over. He's done nothing wrong there whatsoever.
You know what I can't believe? How far that ball is carried.
Yes.
I mean, that was a rank mishit. And the ball's carried far enough where Kane Williamson's taken an absolute ripping catch, but looks down and there's the rope. He can't do anything about it. And it's 6. Extraordinary.
No run.
Could have been slightly worse. He could have got a terrible rope burn or something. The way New Zealanders' day has gone of late.
I think he probably has on those elbows or something.
That was a seriously good catch. And it's ended up 6 to the batsman.
Just the ground that he's got to make up. So he's inside the circle. The whole time he's watching the ball sideways, crabbing almost. And it's been blown with the wind. It's brilliant work. We've seen a cracking catch early on from John Hastings to dismiss Brendan McCullum. That's possibly a touch better, that one, and hasn't brought about a wicket. He's in action again, Kane Williamson.
Oh, he's tremendous in the field. We've seen over the years him take some absolute blinders. Fields in the slips, fields in the outfield. It doesn't matter where he is. He's got a good pair of hands.
This time maybe, yes indeed. Stopped on the shot, David Warner. And Elliott and New Zealand accept the real bonus there.
Yes, that was a little soft from David Warner. Didn't need to be playing this shot, but trying to ease the ball over the infield, but well placed. Elliott just on the circle there and takes a good catch, and that's the breakthrough New Zealand needed. Very dangerous David Warner. He's gone for 16 now. The score 1 for 39.
Adam Milne to Khawaja. Just about to say I think I'd have a second slip in now, because I think right now is the game. I really do. Now that Warner's gone, Steve Smith's come to the crease, hasn't really profited on this short tour so far, but you know it won't be too long. So now you sense if New Zealand are going to get hot, it has to be now. They haven't got that many to play with.
Yeah, where do you take him from though? I suppose the short fine leg could go into a slip, and you'd have a conventional fine leg for the man deep square leg on the onside and bowl that across the left-hander line.
Yeah, I'm bowling on the base. Well, he did just miss time one there. Going to get him there on the base. I said I trust my bowler to bowl right arm over and create a genuine dismissal outside off stump, and I'm sure that's going through Brendan McCullum's mind at the moment. Here is the wicket.
Yeah, not sure the ball. I don't think the ball stopped on him at all. He's just got through the shot a little bit too early. He does play that shot. We saw that at Eden Park. We saw it at Wellington, up and over the cover point region. Decided halfway through, perhaps, David Warner, that he didn't want to play that shot, just didn't go through with it.
Even then, he was caught outside the circle, basically, wasn't he? Got that much on it. Yeah, that to me, too many ways you're going to get Khawaja out in this kind of form, but The old tried and true sometimes isn't a bad theory.
Yeah, freeing his arms up, but you're also creating that potential to get the edge. So yeah, I think you're right, Smithy. Just bolster that offside field with another slip. You don't want one to go flying through there. You'd be kicking yourself. You've still got that protection on the offside with the point, the cover and the mid-off.
Yes. Right hands, hit us. Go, Milner.
When you talk about Steve Smith's struggle so far on this tour, it's not only New Zealand. It's Steve Smith away from Australia is the biggest issue in his career.
Touch more, Steve.
29 innings in one-day international cricket in Australia, averages 57. 29 innings outside of Australia, averages 25. So that's the big problem or big issue for Steve Smith. Very good at home and has struggled away from home.
Yeah, you'd have to say the pitches in Australia are so batsman friendly. So anything that does just a little bit, yeah, he comes back to the field.
It's that inside edge again. It's quite uncanny how New Zealand, well, it wasn't just in New Zealand that happens, because he just pushes so wide, this time off the back foot.
Yeah, and he gets quite square on, so what happens is the bat, you can see that angle, the bat is coming from inside towards cover, so it's exposing that edge the whole time. Because he's stepping with his feet out there and then throwing the hands through the ball. The bat's not coming down straight, it's coming down on an angle which exposes that inside edge.
It's a technique all of his own, isn't it? A lot of movements, a lot of moving parts. Generally he gets into a good position when he's playing at his best.
Well, it's good over. Really good over from Adam Milne. Just the two singles and some problems for Australia indeed. 41 for 1.
As the lights take over here at Seddon Park, often the balls start to swing. Problem for New Zealand is they're not really a swing bowling attack. The old firm is not there. That is Southey and Bolt, who trade on swing. Bolt struggled a little bit this season with the release of the ball.
Yeah, I suppose that's when New Zealand have to figure out when and how to use Matt Henry, probably the biggest swing bowler in their team, and Doug Bracewell into the attack today, can swing it. So it's a matter of rationing those skill sets throughout the period earlier on.
Good hook shot. Got big on him, but still a lot of control there.
Now it comes on to you a little bit quicker when the head starts to pull away, but fine leg up. It's a perfect height for a bouncer. Khawaja there, he's done well to drag it from outside. Using the pace, it's a safe shot.
He got uncomfortable, but what he's done well is he got offside of it enough to use the pace. Oh, that's a high quality shot, just to push down the ground. Short boundary, fast outfield, an attractive 4. 8 gone, 53 for 1.
Matt Henry's been able to cause trouble to Steve Smith when he gets the ball to seam back or come back towards off stump. As he looks to hit it, his hands are quite wide. As he comes down, there's a hole in the swing, and that's what he's trying to do here. It's an area you do not want to bowl to him. And also a length that he finds so easy to pick up. Because those hands are slightly wide, he just goes across it.
Yeah, we talked about the good players manipulating the ball to where they want, and Smith's using the crease, coming across and creating that line where he can flick it off his legs.
Four. Streaky with 4.
Shake of the head from Smith. Again, this is where Henry's trying to get him out. Probably more the toe of the bat.
There's enough encouragement there for the New Zealanders. And Smith's making mistakes in the areas they want him to in that line.
Yeah, there's been a touch of swing, hasn't there, early? I'd imagine you'll see Kane Williamson and Corey Anderson down there working pretty hard on that ball. As the lights come into effect, it can swing a lot more consistently. So around that 15 to 20 over mark may be the way to go.
Oh, just a push, as if he was pushing for a single. In the end, they run 3 and they run it well.
"13 balls now for Steve Smith, and he's starting to find his timing. This is a quality shot, but also got a good movement into the ball. Front foot went towards it and created a bit more power. And great running. It was a wee stutter there for a second.
Yeah, very good running. 3 is a very rare beast indeed on this ground. Nine from the over, 62 for 1.
Yeah, Steve Smith's done the hard work now. That early part, the uncertainty with the hands and the foot movement. You just get the feeling he's over it now. 16 balls, his confidence is up.
Well, Brendan McCullum's going to have to find a way of just sealing off that easy single for him. Maybe make him stay more in front of middle stump.
Yeah, and I wonder whether it's a chance for Ish Sodhi to get in the game early. Slower wicket today. We saw a little bit of turn from Zampa, and it may just be that aggressive approach that New Zealand need right now to change gear and change the pace and see if Australia want to come hard at New Zealand.
Yeah, I'm with you, Nathan. Get him in early. The other thing I wonder with Corey Anderson bowling, not a lot of swing to the right-hander. It made it easy for Smith because it's always under his eyes and he can just work it to the leg side. Maybe going around the wicket and trying to angle in and bring the ball back in through that wee gap that can be available on the start. And that's where Henry's been successful, but now Smith is looking very good.
Easy. Far too easy. Picked off by Khawaja.
Yeah, what we have seen as well is a little bit of swing at that fuller length. On this occasion, it was the line that really hurt New Zealand. And cross-seamer as well, tried to vary it up, but just that line and too easy for Khawaja.
Yes.
Scoring off every delivery bowled at the moment. Very proficient from Khawaja and Smith. Making run scoring look pretty simple. $75 for 1.
What we've seen here is New Zealand didn't quite get the score that they they were after. With that finish that they struggled in those last 5 or 6 wickets in those last 10 overs, that New Zealand have a limited amount of time to figure out an attacking plan. Just the 1 over from Anderson didn't work. Go to Bracewell now, see what he can muster up, and go again.
Edge gone, taken. Ronke has it. Bracewell's made the breakthrough.
Well, it worked, Nathan McCullum. Well picked. This time, Bracewell, just innocuous delivery outside off stump. Kawaj has flicked the wrists. The seam was up. Just a thick outside edge, and Ronke did the rest by taking a simple catch. He rolled nicely. McCullum knows how important that is. It's a good bit of captaincy. They get the breakthrough. Kawaja goes for 44, 75 for 2.
George Bailey, with a very, very good record, comes out to bat with a good opportunity to make a meaningful contribution here, as he has done so many times. He survives the first ball. Yeah, you'd be disappointed here, wouldn't you, if you Kawaja were? Every batsman's disappointed at getting out, but waved at just an ordinary sort of delivery from Bracewell. With a good start, a chance to make a really big total. You sit down and you beat yourself up in the changing sheds when you get out like that.
Yeah, that hurts. That hurts when you're hitting the ball so well like that. Chance here. Oh, good piece of fielding there. Indecision in the running. When you're hitting the ball so well like Kawaja is at the moment, it's about making hay when the sun shines, and you've got to really take control and get those big totals. And lovely piece of bowling there. Genuine edge and good work from Ronke. Dive into his left.
Yeah, similar situation to Wellington where they're ahead of the game. They lost 3 quick wickets. Bailey struggling for form here in New Zealand. Devon Smith today looks like he's been more measured, given himself some time. There's no need to worry about run rate. And I'm sure he's echoed those thoughts to Bailey. Get yourself in. Get the pace of the pitch. If you do that, we'll win this between you and I.
$76 for 2. That's what he needs to do, get them driving. They've changed the commentary as well. It'll be Simon Doull, Ken Rutherford and Ian Smith.
Thanks, Mark. A little bit of flight again from Ish Sodhi.
Another wicket now makes things interesting, Simon, doesn't it? New Zealand giving Sodhi every chance. She'll cover them there now. Cullum doing all he possibly can, defending a total that's probably short of what should have been attained. A couple of wickets, one more now before Australia get to 100. Starts to even things up all of a sudden.
Get it. Oh, nice. Right side. Good ace.
Yeah, the one thing New Zealand can ill afford is the rain to arrive and make the ball a little damp and take Sodhi out of the game.
Yeah, a bit of rain around the regions of Hamilton, coming in from the west. Hopefully it'll miss Seddon Park.
Well, Wasps getting into the game. Not happy, are they? Not happy at all with what's going on. Well, tidy over, but Australia doing it fairly comfortably. 4 from it, 83 for 2.
Uncomplicated sort of cricketer, Doug Bracewell's fairly traditional in his methods. Didn't get runs today, but he bats in a very conventional fashion for a guy who comes in at about 8. Good solid technique there, as is the case with his bowling action. Done for 4 there, just a little bit too full in the half volley region.
And just swaying into his leg stump as well. Bailey strong there. I think it surprised me is how well he's timed this, George Bailey. This is fair raced off the willow. Wider mid-on, straightish mid-wicket. When he first hit it, I thought mid-on was half a chance, but no, there was 2 or 3 bounces into the rope. Good shot.
No run.
Yeah, it's that one there, Bailey. I was talking about it last over, where just on a good length around off stump, he's not in a stable position to play the delivery. He's on the walk. Always got a chance for the batsman there. If the ball just deviates slightly off the seam, you can just see it here. Ball pitches and played, and he's overbalancing towards offside. As a bowler, you look at that and you just think to yourself, oh, I can just get it to nip away to the solitary slip. I'm in with a show. See there, look at that head. The head just too over towards the offside, the rest of the body close to the stumps. Not quite the balance you'd really desire. So I get the feeling this change of his technique is still somewhat of a work in progress. Needs a few more long innings just to fine-tune it.
Six runs from that over, 93 for 2 at Seddon Park, and it's time for drinks.
You get the sense that the Australian batsmen realise that Sodhi and Bracewell are bowling well. They're acknowledging that and consolidating their innings, playing within themselves.
And we saw Adam Zampa bowl 10 straight through. Don't know whether Sodhi will need to pick up a wicket or 2 to be able to do that, I think, because containment is not really good enough for New Zealand.
Yeah, I'm sure McCallum would like to have the confidence perhaps in his bowler to manoeuvre the field around a bit more, maybe bring another one on the leg side a bit closer, maybe have 2 on the drive. But so he's still at the start of his career, still feeling his way. Let's let him ease into it a bit.
I think he'd also like to keep Sodhi, just in case it gets a bit desperate for Australia and they have to try and hit against spin and some of the players coming in a bit further down the order, because he's really the variety bowler for...
Gone. It's pitched in line. Has it turned enough? No, he's going to challenge it. I think it's pitched in line. Did it turn enough?
It only has to clip the stump.
Derek.
It only
player
has
review
to
for
clip.
LBW. Can you start from the front foot, please?
Let's hear how Mr. Ravi goes through it.
Fair delivery, move on to front on spin vision. Give me hot spot. Can you give me hot spot from other side? Okay, give me RTS with split. Rock and roll it. Yeah, there's no bat involved. You can go for ball tracking whenever it is ready. Ball tracking coming up. Pitched in line, impact in line, wickets hitting. You can stay with your decision, Derek.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a poor review from the skipper.
Make the signal.
He should have known.
Make the signal.
George Bailey should have known as well. And Ish Sodhi has struck. That is a massive blow. Steve Smith, when he gets starts, usually goes on. Not this time for Australia. Dismissed for 21. 94 for 3 now. Glenn Maxwell's a new batsman. Ish Sodhi's picked up a crucial wicket. It's all about the strike rate as far as Glenn Maxwell's concerned. That 126 over career of 62 matches, quite phenomenal. Average in the mid-30s. It's an exceptional record. And lean on this tour so far. Gone! Gone! Brilliant! Sodhi! Brendan McCullum popped himself in at slip. Sodhi's bowling it slower. He's tossed it up and Maxwell fails again.
Great captaincy, great bowling by Sodhi. Got the leg spinner just right to Maxwell. You never are too sure what Glenn Maxwell's going to do at the crease, but you do know he's going to try and be positive. And this time round, it was prematurely so.
I know what he's going to do tonight, kid. Nothing. He's gone. Absolutely gone, Glenn Maxwell. Now New Zealand are firmly back in this match. 94 for 4. Here comes Mitchell Marsh.
Lovely. Good piece of timing. The man out there, he won't get there, Bracewell. Good shot.
Bit of width. Offered here to George Bailey by Sodhi. He's taken up the challenge into the ground. The crowd got pretty excited there for a moment. Throws in the air past McCullum. Short cover, but smashed this into the ground through the covers. Acres of land out there, and he's found the gap.
This is where I think Brendan McCullum would like to have the situation with Sodhi bowling to Marsh, and I think you'll find that the field will become a lot more aggressive now. Even on the back of a man of the match performance, Australia bring their 100 up for 4. But I think now, because he knows that one guy's been around the scene for quite some time, done it before, and one guy's done it once. Can he do it again? He's going to ask him the same question of Sodhi.
He's got quite hard hands early on in his innings too, Mitchell Marsh. Plays at the ball quite strongly. Doesn't allow the ball to come to him early on. Anxious reaction perhaps.
Get it. Running there, Toe. Get in there, Toe.
It's all about the leg spinner.
Bowling into there.
Holding his nerve.
Good boys.
Blowing around the 80 Ks, slow. Indulging the drive.
About time we saw a wrong in, Ken.
Certainly brought the crowd back into it. Things have gone a bit quiet here in Seddon Park. First 10 overs of this chase were very much the men in the canary yellow. But the Bracewell, Sodhi duo brought the Black Caps right smack back into it.
Another crowd catch. 101 for 4.
Just floated up. He's hit that hard. He's hit that beautifully. Cracking boundary for Marsh.
He plays some fantastic strokes to the offside, doesn't he, this bloke?
When he's going to hit it, he really lays into it, doesn't he? Big, strong lad. The width there. New Zealand won't be too unhappy. It's given them an opportunity as well.
Get it. Hit him, hit him.
That's a good single.
Tough, Coey.
That's a sign of a quality player, being able to rotate the strike.
Hold the knees.
Well, he came out in that last game and hit the ball in the middle of the bat. Didn't really get a chance in the first one. That happens. But for the minute he strode out there, under some sort of pressure as well, Wellington, he just middled it.
STS, STS.
Should get 2 here.
Perfect foil for Bailey as well as Mitchell Marsh, because Bailey will want to work the ball around. He'll want to manipulate strike, and then he's got a real ball striker at the other end to get on strike.
Good Ash.
So while he's out there and just taking singles, if Marsh is out there, the score will just keep ticking over. They'll take chunks out of the asking rate. They'll keep up with the required rate quite comfortably.
Yeah, you're right, and I don't think this game's going to go the distance of overs, is it? It's going to be a New Zealand win by taking 10 wickets, or Australia are going to knock them off pretty quickly, with the asking rate being not that too much at the moment.
Good Ash, bold Ash.
Good over for Australia, 23 gone. 113 for 4. Just holding it firm now, Australia. On the yellow line, well below New Zealand, but just went pear-shaped at the end.
And what that's shown there is that Australia don't need to do anything different than what they've been doing over the last 5 overs.
Or also that New Zealand weren't proactive enough in the 20 to 30, 30 to 40, trying to keep wickets in hand for the end. Lost all of them, didn't they, Mark?
Yeah, they just didn't execute. I think that's what the players say nowadays. Execute well enough. Thought the plan was spot on, just the execution, not where it needed to be.
No.
Craig.
CTS.
I'd like to see New Zealand bring that long off up here for Elliott. Long on, sorry. And just bring them both up and say, do you want to have a crack at us and go over the top? Let's see if we can make something happen.
Boys.
Well, on a slower wicket as well, that's where hitting over the top, you can get the miscues and caught at cover.
Down.
Oh, that is as good a shot as you will see today.
See you, Grunter. What do you mate?
That is a beautiful shot. The way he's weighted on the ball and just smashed it through. His power has been beautiful, and the flow of the bat, straight out of the middle of the bat, 4 runs.
Off spinner this time. Talk about 2. It could go for 4. Oh, it does. Nicholls tried to get it back, but I'm sure that hit the rope.
Well, we're going to have a look. Just a look of disappointment on Nicholls there as well. He threw it in with some urgency, but he had a look on his face that suggested that he hadn't stopped it inside. It's a good piece of fielding. He was really pushed, so that's fine. It's in there. Oh, I think his hands touched the advertising.
Yeah, it rolled up the advertising hoarding. That's fine there. There. So, you should know he's probably got some blue in his knuckles.
I'll tell you what, it was a good effort to just skip over the rope and get both feet back in play before he touched the ball.
Yeah, this is the problem with Elliott, with his slow-ball variations. As soon as Marsh has realised they're not really gripping and turning, he can hit through the line.
Yeah,
just like that. Straight to Guptill.
Grunter, ball and Grunter.
Well, that waft's gone to 55% male mark. I think you're well on the money. Australia are firmly in control.
Yeah, I feel New Zealand need to
Get it.
maybe look at getting Matt Henry back involved here. Swinging ball, end of the 26th over, 131 for 4.
116 runs to win the series and also the Chappell Hadley Trophy for Australia. New Zealand needs 6 wickets.
Yeah, mate. You're in. See you, cousin boy. Ball and go. Good, mate. Come on, boys.
Bailey, 25. Just struggling away on 45 deliveries, but Mitchell Marsh carrying on from where he was on Saturday night, 23 off 25 deliveries.
Yeah, that just shows a sign of a partnership as well. Partnership now 39 off 44 balls, so going along nicely. Even though sometimes when you're struggling as a batsman, if the guy at the other end's going well, it's just about understanding that and communicating that between the pair.
Missing leg again. 140 Ks though, good pace by Anderson.
That is good. No wonder he snuck that through to the toes.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult for Anderson to get an LBW. Coming around the wicket with that left arm, wide arm action.
He's going to come down into a gully position here, Brendan McCullum. He's got a problem too. He's got to make a decision here, McCullum. Does he attack or does he keep an element of defence out there? Because he'll be thinking about the nature of the pitch and he knows how difficult it will be to score, how difficult it is to score if his bowlers can get it in the right place. But he's got to get wickets. So he's thinking, can I restrict? Can I force the asking rate up and generate wickets that way? Or will I never be able to restrict well enough? So attack, attack, attack. It's a balance right now. It's a decision that he'll need to make. Now he comes into second slip.
Yeah, and I think it's, if we go back to that Bracewell-Sodhi partnership, it's about doing things in pairs. I don't think you can attack from both ends because you may leak too many runs. And with 113 to get for Australia, that's not really enough. So I think you have to have a defensive play from one end and more aggressive from the other.
It's gone very fine. Really fine. Gets a boundary. It's a good way to finish the 27th over. 138 for 4. Pull you through. Well, I'm going to say the defining 7 overs. Ian Smith, Alan Border and Simon Dahl.
Yes, well, New Zealand still got to keep hunting and hunting hard here. Because at the moment, 4 down, asking rate not too demanding. And 2 players looking in pretty good touch. Australia noses in front. Might just emphasise it a bit more too. That is a really, really hard hit cricket ball.
That's made a big statement, that's gone a long way. I think they've lost it in the chairman's office. Throw it back, please. But off the front foot, that is just powerfully struck. He's found some form, Mitchell Marsh, there's no doubt about that. He's looked good right from the word go today, following on from his innings in Wellington, and well, that's as good a shot that's been played today.
Straight in the door. It was Cliff Dickerson too, former Northern Districts left arm spinner.
The dog.
The dog, there he is.
There he is.
It's there, Cliff Dickerson. Throw the ball back out.
Lucky they didn't have the door shut. Would have smashed some windows.
Would have. The old dog didn't look too happy throwing the ball back. He was never happy when he played anyway. Brilliant.
Terrific shot. I saw him play some pull shots the other night at Wellington. Very powerful. And one short here, team. One short. There's only 4 inside the circle. And this time through the covers. That'll be 4 more. Very powerful man, Mitchell Marsh. 150 up.
That's another fantastic cricket shot to follow on that pull. Full, that is not a half volley, and just smoked through that offside. So that's a man playing with a lot of confidence.
Hold on, yes! And then Tess, and then Ross.
Well, there's ever been an over that's sort of said, we're in charge, fellas. Don't worry about you thinking you've got us. This
Didn't he do this to Matt Henry the other night?
Yeah.
Wellington took 16 or 17 off and over. It just changed the game completely back in Australia's favour.
Incredible. New Zealand, Sodium Bracewell pulled it back beautifully, got wickets. Oh, yes! Ho-ho! The old inside edge. Becoming a handy weapon for New Zealand.
That's just come from nowhere in this over. Mitchell Marsh dominating, and all of a sudden Matt Henry just produces something special. I get the feeling this just nicked back a tad, the inside edge, onto the stumps, and off you go, George Barley. And he knows that's a big wicket, Matty Henry. George Barley's made 33, the score 5 for 153.
Mitchell Marsh in search of back-to-back one-day international half-centuries.
Well, he's watching the ball really well. That was quite a bit slower from Matt Henry, down to 124.4. And he can just see that Mitchell Marsh stopped on the shot. He's in pretty good nick to be able to adjust.
He certainly hit it hard. The fielders are staying right on the circle, and there's no chance of a single.
That's 2 in a row that he's just taken the pace off. So maybe that's something they've talked about. We'll stay on the circle, bowl 2 or 3 slower balls and see what happens.
No!
That was back up to normal sort of speed, about 10 kilometres quicker.
Smart bowling.
Looks at the Yorker. Certainly hit it onto his foot, Mitchell Marsh, but there was ground involved as well.
Well, they'll take anything at the moment. New Zealand, they really will. Inside edge. Onto the toe. Did it hit the ground? Did it hit the ground? And should the players be able to do anything about it now? Because it's so long. It's only because it's on the big screen.
They've appealed, though. New Zealand have appealed.
I don't know about this. This is very, very interesting. This is influenced solely by the big screen at the ground. And that is, I think, what he's saying. I can't let the game be governed by that.
Surely we're here to get the decision right, though, and that's the key. New Zealand have appealed. The umpires have every right to check if it's okay or not. And the bottom line is that the review system or any system is there to get the right decision in the game.
Yeah, I can't believe there's not a little bit of ground involved here, to be fair. Otherwise, Mitchell Marsh should have a broken toe, because he has clubbed that back on towards his foot. I can't believe it hasn't taken a bit of ground, but I don't know, and I'm not sure whether we're going to be able to see anyway, or get the opportunity to have it reviewed. I don't get it.
Well, are they reviewing it or aren't they reviewing it? What's the ruling?
I think they're having a look.
Doesn't he have to signal?
Yeah, they're going. He's gone upstairs. He's just signalled now.
Review for bump ball. Can you start
just
from the front
signalled
foot,
now.
please? Yes, big screen.
Let's have a look. Front foot.
It's a fair delivery. Move on to front
Fine.
on.
Bang. Straight onto the foot. There's no ground there. I thought there was. Initially, I thought there was ground there. Nothing.
Do you have anything from the side on, James?
Even with my biased eyes, that's straight onto the boot.
The next thing is, did Matt Henry catch it? Because we haven't seen that
Can't
yet.
use hot spot.
We haven't seen the clean
anything
catch
from
yet.
Side on.
Wow, that's got me bluffed,
that
I've
would,
got to say. From this
Give me a
angle,
better picture.
really slowly, bang, straight onto the toe.
Can you
Doesn't
just
appear
rock
to be
and
any
roll that
ground
and
there
zoom
at
that
all.
in, please?
Got me bamboozled.
Because you'd always see some dust or some dirt or something fly up. If it hits the ground, you see the dust or the dirt fly up, don't you?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Boom. Straight onto the toe.
Okay.
It's got to hurt as well. It's got to hurt. I'm with you, Smithy.
No worries.
What about the catch?
I'm ready to make my decision. It's out. It's out.
They're going to go nuts here in a second.
It's going on the big screen now. Listen to the crowd. There they are. They're up. And Mitchell Marsh is on his way. I don't know what he's got to complain about. The right decision has been made. It's what it's there for. No point gobbing off now. 6 for 1, 6 4. Out for 41.
Yeah, just to calm things down at the Bendigo Inn right now. Your side is still, in my opinion, slightly ahead of this game. There is such a similarity to the last game in Wellington. Two very, very capable batsmen out there in Hastings and Wade, and not that many to get. The runs per over of under 6. Australia still looking very good. New Zealand will still need to pull this one out of the fire.
Yeah, but I suppose you haven't got the guy that was in on 30 or 40 getting things going. Wade on 9 not out, Hastings on 4, both starting their innings.
Okay, my take on the Mitch Marsh incident, if nothing had happened and never progressed to that stage, New Zealand would have found out that he was actually out, that the ball had carried and never touched the ground, and they'd be kicking themselves, but they wouldn't feel hard done by. So there's only one team, because of the way it played out, there's only one team that can feel hard done by, and that's the Australians. Having said that, that's out court. And so you deserve to go.
Under the old rules, you had to appeal for a dismissal, whether it be a caught behind or that. And the umpire, if he knows it's out and no one appeals, he doesn't have to give it out. And you head up to when the bowler got to the top of his mark and started running in to appeal again. And I don't know if this changes because of the review system. He appeals, how's that? So then the umpire needs to make a decision. It wasn't a great appeal, and it certainly wasn't a convincing appeal, but it was an appeal.
Oh, didn't hit it at all well, but got it in the gap. Good shot, deserved to go, and it did. 177 for 6.
Too short, Sodhi missed out. Wade, on with you, Mark. While he's there, the Wasp is predicting in the 30s, but that's also against every team that's played here and using history. This is Australia, who know how to win from these positions.
Here's Anderson. Oh, this is high. There's a New Zealander underneath it and takes it. Grant Elliott safe as houses. Hastings goes. He can't do it 2 in a row.
Wow, Elliott took the catch. I think he surprised himself. I don't know if he really got set underneath it. Anderson come on. Hastings got the short ball from Milne in the last over. Played it well. This time he's taken on the boundary. High on the bat. He had to fetch it from outside off stump. In the dark sky, Elliott got set, he took the catch, he looked relieved, it's in the hands, he threw it to the sky, and the Black Caps celebrated. The big wicket of John Hastings goes for 6, 179 for 7.
There's Zampa. Edges it, doesn't carry.
Wow, the pressure's on. Zampa, if you, any indication of the way how well he's bowled in the 2 matches, well, he may be up to the occasion. He had a nervy start before he even got to the crease. He grabbed the wrong gloves, so he had to turn back and walk back to the boundary and ask for the other ones. Here, he's just the angle. What a tense time to come out. There he is. He grabbed the wrong glove. I think I've got 2 left-handers. Can you give me a right-hander? Nothing worse as a batsman.
He did. He had 2 gloves in the same hand.
A little bit of shape there from Anderson. All of a sudden, things going New Zealand's way. Edge going across and then pressure on Zampa here.
Yeah, you got to admit it, mate. We've all done it, haven't we, as batsmen? Grabbed the wrong gloves. Forgot to put the box in every now and then. Opportunity. Bowled brilliantly today.
That slow surface, it's tough to start on a surface like this. Just want the ball coming onto the bat, and it's just holding a touch. Anderson bowling cross seamers, trying to stick it in the wicket. Zampa right in behind it there.
Oh, yeah, bang on with that plan. They're trying to get the ball to hold, bowling just short of a length. So hard to find your timing and do anything with it, especially if you're more of a bowler. Oh, it's too full to cut. He looks nervous, the young man. 180 for 7. 246, proving challenging. Is it enough? Now that's important. They'll be happy to give Wade 1, especially with the pace man bowling. Gets Zampa on strike.
Yeah, you notice all the New Zealand fielders sitting back on the ring there. New Zealand happy to get Wade off strike. The new man, Zampa, not off 4 balls, facing Milne, bowling some very good pace at the moment.
It's only a run a ball. 6 runs per over. That's just bat on ball and good running between the wickets.
That's a nice start. Nice way to get your first run. Let the ball skid on, middle of the bat.
Yeah, but McCullum will be encouraged by that. Zampa looks to hang around on about middle and leg and tends to play with an angled bat. That's why he's got himself in at slip. And already he's found the outside edge of his bat. Didn't carry. It's a good ball. It's well played too.
Wade holds the key in the fact that if he can bat, he'll score quickly. He puts the bad ball away. So run rate's over 6 now. It's not an issue, but if they were just to try and survive for 2 or 3 overs, then it can become an issue. You start thinking, not only do we have to survive, but we've got to hit boundaries. They don't want to get that situation. That's what New Zealand want to do here. They want to sneak as many dot balls in as they can. Even though they're not getting wickets, a dot will build that run rate pressure. And that's what you let the new batsman know.
Oh, nicely timed away on the onside.
Yeah, you're right. And at this point in time in the New Zealand innings, we saw reverse swing come into play. Just wondering whether there's a chance of that happening. I've seen the ball go into the turf a lot from the New Zealand outfielders on that block, scuffing up the ball. I just wonder whether in the next 2 or 3 overs, whether things are going to start just shaping into the right-handed batsman a touch.
Yeah, sometimes at Hamilton at night, as you know, Nathan, not that there's dew on the ground, but there can be a bit more moisture sitting on the surface and you lose that reverse swing. The ball is certainly old enough.
Right back on the 30-yard circle, those inside it. Now, with 1 ball to go in the over, they will most likely come in a bit tighter. No, still hanging out there, so at the moment, happy to not allow him a boundary.
That's exactly what it is, Mark. Deny him a boundary, that release. Even a 1 here is a win. I get the feeling he's going for the Yorker.
Oh, he's out! He's out! He's had it! He's gone! It's wide! He jumps in the air. He's disgusted with himself. But what a wicket!
Wow, what a moment. We talk about the fielder staying on the ring. Martin Guptill was there. And the reason he's there is to get the miss hit. Adam Milne bowled a slow ball. There was an opportunity. Wade thought he could hit it to the boundary. It stuck in the pitch and he couldn't get any timing. Martin Guptill moved. If he was in close, he wouldn't have caught that. Tactical brilliance by New Zealand, and Wade is disappointed. And the Hamilton crowd is jubilant, and so is New Zealand. What a big moment in this game. Wade falls for 17, 184 for 8.
Hazlewood's the new batsman. 10 overs to go now. Oh, doesn't carry. 63 needed, just 2 wickets. The bowlers are batting. It was there to hit. He was trying to whack it away over the top to pick up the boundary, and because they hung back, they were in the game. Oh, that's expensive.
That's a young man in his first bat in international cricket. We see it just dragged down, and he just struggled to get that time in on it. Was looking to hit it over wide mid-wicket. Good safe catch by Guptill and a great celebration. New Zealand feel they're right on top now.
Crucial wicket. Wade will be disappointed. Was right there to do what he did, but because of the slow nature of the ball in the pitch, that slow, couldn't get any timing. Well, this is where we've spoken about. New Zealand need 2 wickets, but they can push this run rate up now. It's up to 6.63. Zampa still needs to be positive, as does Hazlewood. Otherwise, if it gets to 9, it's a long way away, I know. They don't want that to happen.
I've never seen an Australian tail-ender with no batting skill. They always seem to be able to bat, and they always seem to be able to fight. That's a big hairy swing. I don't know if that's going to win it for them.
Yeah, there's not too much fight in that, but I do know Hazlewood can hold a bat. He's not the worst, and he'll still believe. Australia will still believe that they're in this. They've got some work to do, and I'm sure Hazlewood will walk down at some stage and have a chat to the young man and say, come on, we've still got plenty to do here.
Was Hazlewood not actually had a bat in one-day international cricket? It's taken! What a catch that is! It was dying all the time, and McCullum's hauled it in.
Well, he's put himself into slip since he's had a sore back. Took a good one off Sodhi tonight, Brendan McCullum, but look at the angle from Anderson. He's come back on and picked up 2 crucial wickets. He's going across Zampa. It was low. McCullum actually dived forward, which is not easy when you're standing at first slip. It's nearly impossible at times, and Anderson's jubilant. And so is New Zealand. Zampa goes for 2, 184 for 9. I think Brendan McCullum's captaincy's been excellent tonight too. The way he's rotated his bowlers. As you talked about, Mark, at one stage it looked like New Zealand were dead and buried. Henry come back, as he's done all series, as he's done all summer for New Zealand, the coloured clothing, and made the breakthrough. Remembering Bracewell as well, 1 for 15 off his 6 overs. He's had Sodhi in the attack, out of the attack. I've got a funny feeling he might be coming back into the attack. Just used Anderson wisely, 2 for 15.
Yeah, you're right. He's made a number of bowling changes, and he just hasn't let things sit. They've created opportunities through the changes, and a number of times when a new bowler's come on to bowl, it's created that wicket.
Also where Brendan McCullum's moved himself to now, he has been at slip with the tail ender. He's gone into backward, deep backward point for the guide with the pace. Right hand of the screen. Nicholls at point, Brendan McCullum behind him, because he's waiting for that guide.
Oh, no slip, 4 runs.
He'll be kicking himself there. Generally always has a slip into tail enders. End of the over, 190 for 9.
Here's Mill. And here's Ian Smith, Ken Rutherford and Alan Border.
.2 runs per over, 56 from 41. Oh, goodness me, what a game. What a night out this has been. New Zealand's batting collapse, the first half of the game, you thought it had just taken the wind out of their sails and taken them out of it, but boy, have they shown some fight here. Here's Milne again. Slower ball, just misses the timber.
How is that missed? It's got unexpected bounce from about a foot from the pitch, from the wicket.
It's that lethal leggy too, AB. Very close. It's that lethal slow leg spin that Milne's developed. The expression says it all.
Yeah, that's the moments when you think, can it happen? Will it happen? That was amazing.
Just the way the batsmen seem to have struggled, particularly after the new ball. Maybe we've misread the pitch. Has it been one of those pitches that's just offered a little bit more, or it's stuck in the surface a bit more than it's visible from up here? But everyone seems to have struggled after about the 10th over.
I agree. I absolutely agree. Run out chance. Oh, yes! What a way to finish! What a way to finish! I think they're done. I think they're done. I think it's Henry Nicholls, the youngest in the group. They all believe anyway. We're going to need some confirmation, not for the first time tonight, but Henry Nicholls hits it direct. Hits it direct. Yes, indeed. Gone by a metre. That is it. The Chappell Hadley Trophy remains New Zealand, and Baz goes out on the perfect note.
Magnificent finish for the skipper, Brendan McCullum. Congratulations all round. Another leggy and a game run. Beautiful pick up and throw, accurate as you like. And that's the end of the Australian innings. And celebrations all round. I mean, it means a lot to the players, especially that man. He's been quite remarkable in his time as captain of this group. And as I said earlier on the day, to me, he's refreshed things, not only in this country, but globally.
And what strings he's pulled in the last 30 overs out there in the middle. Brendan McCullum is kept the side today in exemplary fashion. And just handing the reins over now to Kane Williamson. An absolute treat to watch his career unfold. A treat to watch the last 20 or 30 overs as the Black Caps have regained ascendancy in the match.
And still that steely look that says there's still 2 test matches to go, but we'll enjoy tonight. We will enjoy tonight. That will be the message to this group of players. The test group will get together and regroup. But what a way to say goodbye to a game he's contributed so much to of late. To beat the world champions, the toughest foe of all, 2-1 in a tough 3-match series. A lot of feeling. A lot of feeling. And now, now I think all the right accolades and the right sentiments are being expressed. Brilliant stuff. Really is.
Oh, I think the players played hard out in the field. They should be. But once it's all said and done, I think both sides get on very, very well. They've got a lot of respect for each other, particularly for that man on screen. And I think there's genuine heartfelt handshakes out there at the moment. They know they've been well and truly beaten by the better team. Simple as that.
And it's the bowling group that celebrate tonight. It's the young bowling group that have done their skipper proud. The way they've got through and fought through this and pulled it back from what I thought was a very gettable target. Look at the crowd up there. The members, the high rollers, on their feet, laughing, joyous.
Not just the high rollers in the VIP areas, Smithy, but right round the whole ground. No one's left. They're all here to enjoy this victory by the Black Caps, and I'm sure to farewell the captain in the right way. It's been a great spectacle, terrific to watch.
Oh boy, let's all take a breath. We're not finished by all stretch of the imagination. We've got plenty to talk about after the break, including interviewing the captains. Man of the match, who will that be? So many great contributions. But the end result is this: New Zealand 246. We wondered whether it would be enough. It was enough by 55 runs. And they win the Chappell Hadley Trophy. They win the series 2-1. Take a breath, folks. Come back to us at Seddon Park shortly.
This has been a presentation of Fox Sports.